Video we will see logistic regression. We will design a classifier, multi-class classifier for iris classification problem. So let's start. So this is my Jupyter notebook. Initially the necessary input numpy for loading the iris dataset, load underscore iris function from sklearn for splitting our data to trend test and accuracy score. So here first we will make a one class called classifier. You can name it as you want, and let's write a init method first. So in the init method we need to initialize our weights and bias. So self.w, initially I initialize weight with none, and for bias equal to none as well. So this is a weight initialization as well as bias initialization when we will create an object of this classifier class. Now let's write a fit method. So this method is responsible for calculating optimal weight as well as bias. So first argument, it is a self, then our x, y. X is our input feature, y is our target variable, and epochs initially 300, and learning rate is eta. So basically epoch and eta is a default argument. User can pass it explicitly, or if user don't pass it, then we are setting epoch to 300, and learning rate, which is eta, we are setting eta to 0.01. Now right now we have x. Basically using shape method we can calculate the row length of x as well as how many columns, number of columns. So now first step in the fit method is, let's initialize w with zeros, np dot zeros, and the shape of this matrix is nothing but x dot shape of 1, comma 1. So basically we are initializing w with zeros, and the dimension of this w matrix is shape of number of columns in x, comma 1. Now let's initialize bias with 0. Now write a for loop. So basically this epoch, we don't need this epoch variable, therefore I type underscores. Now iterate over x for idx ip I in enumerate x. Let's reshape this ip. Basically we need to convert it two-dimensional for simplicity. So there is a one method called reshape. Here I am passing -1, 1. Basically we are telling to numpy the second dimension is a 1, and you calculate a first dimension. So numpy will calculate a first dimension. Now let's extract the target. Target is nothing but y of idx. So for this only we use a enumerate method on x. Enumerate method returns two, basically it return two values. First is a current index and current value. Now let's predict. Pred equal to basically same as a linear regression, w transpose x plus w0. So self dot w @ is a shortcut for dot product in numpy. We need to take a transpose @ input ip plus bias b. So let's reshape it to one dimension and extract a value. here we need to apply one extra step because it is a classification. The output of classification is a discrete value 0 1 2, just like that. It is not continuous, and this equation or this instruction give a continuous value. We need to convert this continuous value to the discrete value. For that, we will use a function called sigmoid. Basically, you can use any function, but for simplicity I am using sigmoid. You can use simple sine function as well. If the value is positive, then return 1, otherwise -1 or 0. So let's write a sigmoid function. The sigmoid function is very simple. So self comma x, it simply return 1 divided by 1 plus e raised to minus x. So np.exp minus x. This is a sigmoid function. So we apply this sigmoid function on this on our prediction. So we say that our prediction is 1, means positive 1, if this sigmoid function returns a value which is greater than 0.5, otherwise it will be -1. Here I am basically constructing or labeling a positive class to 1 and negative class to -1. Class A to 1 and class B to -1. Okay, so this is our prediction. Now let's calculate a gradient. Gradient is nothing but error. You can say that derivative of error, pred minus target. So here we use here we are using a sum of square of residual. It is the same cost function. It is the same cost function we use in a linear regression, but you can use binary cross entropy function if you want. Otherwise, this function, this sum of square of residual will work. So let's write an update rule. This is a gradient, prediction minus target. So self.w minus equal to learning rate eta into gradient into input feature. Now same for B, eta into gradient, and at last we will return. No need to return because self.w and self.weight and bias is our is our class level variable, so no need to return it. Okay, this is our fit function. Basically, this fit function, it is same as a linear regression fit function, but the thing is, this is the only one difference. In linear regression we predict the continuous value, but in classification task we need to predict a discrete value. Basically, we need to predict a class, so we need to convert that continuous values to class labels, which is 1 2 3. You can say that discrete values. Now this is a fit function. Now let's write a predict function. So predict function is also simple. So def predict self.x. X is our test data. For that we want to predict. Here I am just creating a one variable pred list, and I am also returning this pred list. Now in between, just iterate over the x for ip in x. For the safe side, let's make it two dimension. This ip, let's make it 2 dimension. We need to and then just copy this 3 step, because this 3 steps is same for fit method. Basically, this is our equation, w transpose @ip plus b, and just add this prediction to our list. So this is a simple logistic regression. So this code is the same as a linear regression code, but only difference is this line. Okay, so now the iris data, the thing is iris dataset contain 3 classes, so we need to model our classifier to output 3 classes. So here we will use a linear machine. This is a concept I will explain in a couple of minutes, as well as binary encoded approach. So first of all, let's run this cell. Okay, now main method. First just load the iris dataset, which is we can load it with this instruction. Now extract a train, extract a feature. So with the help of this, iris underscore df is nothing but a dictionary, and in that dictionary data is a key, and we are just getting a value of data. So now let's extract a y. So target. So using data key and target key, we extract our x and y. So let's standardize it. So here x minus mean, x is 0 divided by x. So basically this step is just standardization step. We just subtract the mean and divided by standard deviation. It is nothing but centering your data towards the mean. So it will convert your whole data to one single scale, or you can say that one single domain or range. So this is basically this is an optional step. I prefer to do this step. So now let's use our trend test split. So trend test split is a function from sklearn. So let's pass x, y, and our test size. So here we are passing only 20%, and it will return x train, then x test, then y train, then y test. Okay, so now let's encode our class. So the thing is, in here we construct 3 classifier. The classifier 1 only recognize a class 1. Our class 1 is nothing but a setosa. Classifier 2 only recognize a class 2, which is versicolor, and classifier 3 only recognize a class 3, which is a virginicea. Therefore we need a 3 classifier. So here I am writing a comment, class encoding. So basically the y value, this y array only contain a value 0, 1, 2. 0 means setosa, 1 means versicolor, and 2 means virginicea. So now let's build a first classifier which only recognize setosa, and the label of and the value of a setosa is 0. So let's, here I am writing CLF1 only recognize setosa, whether the instance it belong to setosa or not. If it is not belong to setosa, then it means it belongs to versicolor or virginicea. Okay, so first let's create a object of our classifier. Okay, now we have to call fit method. So fit, our first argument will be x train. It is a simple, but the second argument Now here you can see we model our class label to 1 and -1. Suppose uh, 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 in the context of classifier 1, it will return +1 if our instances belong to the setosa, and it is -1 if it and it will give -1 if it is if our instance is not belong to a class setosa. So here we just write one simple statement, basically np dot where if y train equal to 0, then 1, otherwise -1. Basically this selected statement, what is doing, it is replacing a 0 to 1 and non-zero to -1. So this is a classifier 1. Same we will do for classifier 2, or before constructing classifier 2, just just get a prediction, clf1 dot predict, what the name it is called, predict. So this is a predict, and we will pass x underscore test. Now it is time to find the accuracy. So here I make one variable, ground truth. Ground truth is nothing but values in x test, but in x test there are x test contain 0, 1, 2, but we don't need 0, 1, 2. We only need 1 and -1, because our classifier 1 only recognize whether the instance is belonging to the setosa or not. So same, y test is equal to 0, then return 1, otherwise return -1. This is this is our ground truth. Okay, b is not defined in the fit method. B is not here I need to write self.b, and here also self.b. Okay. Now ground truth. Now let's find the accuracy. So we simply say score, we can say it's score 1 is accuracy score. First we pass a ground truth, and second we pass a y-pred. Now let's see what is accuracy of our first classifier. Okay, it is a 1%. Basically it is a 100%. Okay, now let's build a second classifier. Now I just copy this thing. So basically clf2 only recognize versicolor, ccolour, versicolor. Let's modify the variable. Now this condition will change because the class label of versicolor is 1. So y train equal to 1, then return 1, otherwise return -1. Same, y test equal to 1, then return 1, -1. Now let's play with this optional argument or to the fit method, epoch or learning rate. Let's pass this epochs. Let me copy this thing. Let's try to increase this epoch to 400, and it is a score 2. Now let's run this thing. Yeah, score 2 is a 0.83. basically it is a near about 84, quite not bad. Now let's copy this thing for class 3, which is Virginica. So class 3 classifier 3, same, this condition will change because classifier 3 is responsible for recognizing Virginica, and the class label of the Virginica is 2. So if y_terrain is equal to 2, then return 1, otherwise return -1. Same for y test. Oh, sorry, I made it in wrong way. Okay, I need to here 2 2. So let's run this thing and see what is the score of class 3. Okay, classifier 3 is 96% accurate, means 90 means classifier 3 is doing good job to recognizing instances which is instances belonging to the versicolor or not. So we build our 3 classifier. Now let's go to the final part. Now we need to build a linear machine which will take an input and tell us this input is belonging to the setosa, versicolor or virginicea. Now we build a 3 classifier. The classifier 1 only recognize a setosa, classifier 2 only recognize a versicolor, and classifier 3 only recognize a virginicea. Okay, so here we need to follow a concept called binary coded approach. Now so given instance is classified as setosa when your classifier 1 output 1, when classifier 2 outputs -1 and classifier 3 outputs -1. If your classifier 1 outputs 1, classifier 2 output -1, classifier 3 returns -1, then this is a setosa. Let's see virginicea. If your classifier 1 return -1, classifier 2 return 1 and classifier 3 return -1, then the example where instance belongs to virginicea. Now let's talk about the versicolor. Basically it is -1 -1 1. So obviously classifier 3 recognize versicolor and classifier 1 classifier 2 do not recognize versicolor, therefore classifier 1 output -1 as well as classifier 2 output -1. So same in the case of setosa, classifier 1 recognizes setosa, therefore it output 1, and classifier 2 classifier 3 do not recognize a setosa, therefore their output should be -1. Now let's code this thing. Okay, so let's create one array called final prediction. Basically it is a list. Now let's pass our test data to each classifier. So here I am writing pred 1 ARR. So CLF 1 dot predict. I pass xtest here. Same you need to pass to classifier 2 as well as classifier 3. We have to consider this output to make a final prediction. So when we pass testing data to classifier 1, it will give us some output, same for classifier 2 and same for classifier 3. Now let's calculate array length, because we need to consider all this pred 1 ARR, pred 2 ARR, pred 3 ARR to make a final classification. Now let's iterate over it in range of ARR length. Now let's extract a prediction of classifier 1 for respected instance, basically IDX 0, then extract a prediction of x test of 0, first example of 0, first instance of 0. So basically it is a pred1 underscore arr idx. Let's make copy paste here. It is a 2, it is a 3, same 2 3. Now I will create a string of it, pred1 pred2 pred3. For example, suppose some sample s is belongs to the setosa, then this result should be 1 minus 1 minus 1, because if the sample s belongs to the setosa, then classifier 1 returns positive means +1, and classifier 2 returns -1. Now just we need to write to if loop, if result is equal to 1 minus 1 minus 1, because we convert it to the string, then it look like this. So finalist dot append. So if the result is 1 minus 1 minus 1, then the sample belongs to the setosa, which is 0. The class label of the setosa is 0. Same else if it is -1 minus 1, then it is Virginicea, and the class label of the Virginicea is 1. Same for versicolor. So if the result is -1 minus 1 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, then it belonging to the versicle, and the class label of the versicolor is 2. Now one more case is remaining. The case is this is a case of undefined class, means for particular sample s, classifier 1 return -1, classifier 2 return -1, classifier 3 also return -1. Then this is an undefined class, undefined case. We need to handle this. So here we just make a random choice. So here we know that classifier 2, the accuracy of classifier 2 is 0.83, basically 83%, and the accuracy of classifier 3 is a 96%. Then and classifier 1 is 100%. Then obviously we will make a random choice from classifier 2 and classifier 3, and classifier 2 is responsible for recognizing Virginicea, and classifier 3 is responsible for recognizing versicolor. So here we just in this append method we just write np.random.choice, make a choice from 1 or 2. Class label 1 belonging to the Virginicea, and class label 2 belongs to versicolor. So this is, now let's test our accuracy. So we have, so here I am writing print final score. Let's use the accuracy score function from the sklearn. Our ground truth is y test. Here no need to code, no need to write np.var, because here in final pred list we already have 0 1 2, and let's write final pred list. Let's see how is the accuracy. Oh, it is a 93%. Okay, basically it is a quite good accuracy. So this is the way you will code multi-class logistic regression. Basically this is a way to design a logistic regression classifier for multi-class classification. So thank you everyone, and in the next video we will solve this same problem using bagging, bootstrap aggregation. Thank you so much.